We're good.
Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. My name is Terry Paff, and I'm presiding today in the absence of Mr. Hostetler, who's away on business, hopefully in warmer weather. So, I appreciate your patience tonight. I'll do my best, and maybe you can nudge me from each side when I forget something. But we'd like to start with, calling the meeting to order and the roll call, please.
Mr. Bowser,
Here.
McGraw.
Here.
Mr. Sulik
Here.
and Mrs. Pat.
Here. Can we stand for the pledge, please? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Adoption of the meeting agenda. We have a motion, someone
So moved.
roll call, please.
Second.
Did you, oh, Laura said and you said, so I thought we were second.
No, I'm right with.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Hello?
Mr. Bowser,
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw,
Yes.
Mr. Sulik
Yes.
and Mrs. Pat.
Yes. Okay, approval of the minutes. We had two meetings, 2 minutes. February 18 and the work session on March 11. We have a motion.
So moved. So.
A second. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bowser,
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw,
Yes.
Mr. Sulik,
Yes.
Mrs. McGrath. I mean,
Mrs.
Pat.
Close enough. Mrs. McGrath. Yeah. Okay, district updates.
This month, we have Mr. Savage, who's going to share about Coventry Elementary School.
All right, so I brought some friends with me to help highlight some of the awesome things that are going on at CES lately. So first we have Mrs. Dilemma, who's going to talk about the Troublemakers, which is her select show choir, our 4th grade show choir. And I invited her in the winter and she couldn't come then, so we tabled it till here. But she's just done so much with them and it's just so awesome and I want you to hear about it.
Okay, so he said highlight, but I wrote a speech, sorry. So when Mr. Savage asked if I would come to the board meeting and share about show choir, I had no hesitations, and most of you would think that's because I have so much to share about our program. The truth is, I just love attention, so here I am. No, but in all honesty, first of all, I just want you to know I'm here just because of the school system. And it's not just about our teachers, our students, classrooms. It's a system of people with that common goal of wanting to make a better future for our young people by planting the seed of love for learning. We are fighting for their minds. And I don't need to remind you of the staggering statistics of what we're dealing with social media and mind well-being. It's getting difficult as a teacher. So what does that have to do with me being at a board meeting as a music teacher? Well, I just want you to know when I first started teaching in 2001, yes, I told you I was ready for a speech. I was in Marysville Schools, which is outside of Columbus. And on the first day of convocation, our superintendent, Mr. Larry Zimmerman, got up and ended his welcoming speech with the statement, "Kids, keep them busy or they will create their own busy." But for some reason, that statement hit hard with me. It was my first year teaching in 2001, and 1 month into my career, our nation would suffer the brutal attack of 9/11. So we're going to keep them busy. We're going to be a distraction. We're going to give them hope and help them dream. And that's when I did my first year of show choir. This group would go on to perform at classic showcases for high school show choirs, sing on the radio, win a Christmas Idol competition, and win a $2,000 digital piano for our school district. Now, I was in a performing arts district that show choir was nationally ranked. Well, let's fast forward 25 years to my present situation in Coventry. When I first started my journey here, I was told that, Coventry, we don't really do show choirs. Yeah, we do. So because of the continued support of our parents, our staff, our students, the Coventry Foundation, and our school board, my dream of bringing a show choir to Coventry has come true. And when I began, I was at the middle school, but we had 107 fifth and sixth graders, and I had them by myself one day a week after school for an hour and a half. They were great. However, I quickly realized there is no venue big enough to hold that kind of performance with that many kids. Upon moving to the elementary, I went back to my roots, a fourth grade show choir. We've kept this program going on for the past 4 years in Coventry Elementary. Each year, we are invited to do more and more events. This past year, we had a couple of firsts. We got to sing the national anthem at the Akron University varsity girls basketball game on center court, which was very exciting. We had 100% attendance to sing at an optional performance for Community Church of Portage Lakes during 2 church services in December. Then, this is a first, we had 30 kids return with their families on Christmas Eve to sing again. Not only did we continue to sing at the Tudor House in New Franklin, but also at the Holiday Tree Festival at the John S. Knight Center. And here's where I'm just gonna totally brag. So after we performed at the John S. Knight Center, the lady came up to me and said, "That was amazing. I'm recommending your group to be a group that performs on Saturday morning for the pancake breakfast. They only allow 2 groups to perform." So it was us and Miller South. After we performed, the festival chair approached me afterwards and asked if we would do both times next year. Yes, we beat that performing arts school down the road. You guys, our community is a huge part of this. I'm at the mercy of our parents willing to pick their kids up. The Coventry Foundation has been so gracious in their support with supplying my classroom with instruments and music through grants. And do you know that I have a principal at every show who makes a program for me, typed up because I run out of time. He runs the sound and lights if needed, takes pics and posts a video of show highlights on social media for me, and is sometimes forced to be in the show. You are.
Why wasn't I asked this?
Well, we've used him for our science experiments, and of course now the kids are like, "Yeah, Mr. Savage is in it again." You're a part of this as well. When you sign all those supplemental contracts for the elementary, you might be asking, "Gosh, is this worth it? Do they really need this?" Yeah, we do. Give them the opportunities, give them the chances to explore, give them busy, keep them busy, or they will create their own. And if you don't mind skipping to the next slide, I know I just had a ton of pictures in case. But I just wanted to show the next, like after the slideshow.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
I'm-
exit out, yeah.
gotcha.
Before you think it's all fun and games and that this is so easy, I'm here to show you that this young girl got a Velcro dot stuck to her head. I don't even know how this happened in rehearsal. The kids sit on those, but it took me 20 minutes to get it out. She's hilarious. This was the damage done afterwards, but we have a lot of fun. So it's not just fun for our 4th graders. We give opportunities to the entire school. Our 1st grade will be taking the stage tomorrow evening, and all 110 of them will be performing. They'll be in their show called Superhero. Every child will have a part. Every 1st grade teacher and arts team teacher will be at the show. They get no money. They do it to help the kids. Keep them busy. So if you're not busy, feel free to stop by at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you so much.
So one thing I've learned too recently, I think we might be one of the very few elementary schools where every grade does a music performance during the school year. It seems like a lot of schools alternate. One school told me the other day that they just do it so each kid does it once while they're in elementary school. So she does 4 full-blown shows a year, which is super impressive. Plus the troublemakers, plus teaching. So Thank you, Mrs. Gillette. All right, next we have Mrs. Wolf, one of our literacy specialists, and she is gonna talk about a new project that she started last year and has really blossomed this year.
Alright, so welcome to the Read Easy. The Read Easy is my classroom library that started last year when I moved into the literacy specialist position. I was able to pull some things out of my garage and basement and things that I've been collecting, but I started the year with about 100 books. It was around late October, beginning of November, when I was doing progress monitoring, especially with my second and third graders, and realizing that their nonsense word fluency was doing great. We were catching up, we were filling in those gaps. But as we were asking them to read whole words or to read the passage with the text, they were really struggling. We were filling in those foundation skills, we're getting there, but they were not being exposed much to words, whole words. So within my comment time groups of usually 5 to 8 kids, I said, hey, do you want to borrow some books? And they would take them back to their classrooms. And their friends that weren't in my comment time group wanted to borrow books as well. So it went from just 14, maybe 20 kids to last year, I think we ended with 40 kids borrowing books from my classroom. These binders right here, we have created a student-driven library. They literally knock on the door, peek their head in to see if it's okay to walk in. They find their binder, they flip to their name, they check in their book, they shelve it, they find new books to read, and they sign them out, and then they leave. It has been wonderful. So last year, this started, like I said, around November, with about 100 books. We ended the school year with about 1,000 books. Kids would come in, Mrs. Wolf, do you have? I'm like, no, but let's check eBay right now. And we would order some books. I was able to get a foundation grant to add 200 books to this library. Parents have donated to me so that we can keep it going. But the Read Easy comes in 2 parts. I have always been able to zone in on struggling readers and helping them build their confidence. So I'm very particular in the books that I choose so that they feel that they can manage it. One of my professors in my graduate program did her doctorate work on the importance of graphic novels and how graphic novels are just as important in literacy as the chapter books and traditional novels. And I've taken that to heart. So I would say that 90% of my library is graphic novels. And that is where this comes, like the easy part comes in. That I want them to feel like I can get this book and I can do it and it's going to be easy for me and I'm not going to be frustrated and give up. So we set a goal last year that we were going to read. No, we didn't set a goal. Last year, they read 300 books from October, like end of October to the end of the school year, again, with just a small chunk of kids. We set a goal this year of 500. We hit 500 in November. We set a goal of, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna get to 1,000. We hit 1,000 before the semester. As of February 20th, it was 986, and I actually sent my husband a text with all of the book emojis, and there were 986 books because I was this excited.
Verify.
As of that last week, we hit 1,220, and as of yesterday, 1,375 books have been borrowed, read out of the Read Easy library. So that is the Read Easy. We got the Read Easy as well because one of my friends in the building said, your library's kind of like a speakeasy. You know, word of mouth, don't really know what's there, pop on in, whatever. So we played around with the language. We got Read Easy. We can go to the next slide. then things have just really evolved. It was probably the very beginning of February. I had some of my fourth grade friends come in and say, Mrs. Wolf, has Amaya come to see you yet? No, why? She wants to start a podcast club about books. Oh, so I got permission from Mr. Savage, talked to Mr. Shenz about starting a podcast, got permission from these girls' parents for them to be on a podcast. And last week we recorded our first episode, and today we recorded our second episode of Welcome to the Read Easy. It's not very long, maybe as long as her speech, maybe a little less. But I'd like you to listen to it because these young ladies are so excited about reading and sharing about what they read.
Easy to enter, hard to leave, and always just right. The Read Easy Library is run out of my classroom. Students do not have to be in my classes in order to borrow books. What started as a single bookshelf library at the beginning of the 2024-2025 school year has grown to over a 1,000 book collection. The Read Easy book borrowing patrons have grown through word of mouth. Students are reading the books, and their classmates and friends are wanting to read them as well. Let's get started talking about the books that you are reading. We started the school year with a goal of 500 books being borrowed and read from the Read Easy. As of Monday, March 9th, 1,220 books have been borrowed and read. We have set a goal of 1,500 books read from the Read Easy by the end of the school year. I'm excited to introduce my co-host for our first full episode, Peyton. Peyton, can you tell us what you like about having the Read Easy Library at our school? I like it because we can come here whenever. And when you come here, what happens? We can choose any book we want and we can have it for as long as we need. No, that's the great thing about it, isn't it? Today, during our podcast, we will hear from Quinn, Abby, and Bryn about the books that they are reading now. About a book that they really enjoyed in the past and what they are looking forward to reading next. Sophia will share with us the interview she did with Mrs. Richland about her favorite books as a child and as a teacher. We will end our podcast with the segment of Would You Rather. We are excited to hear about the books that you girls are reading now and what you like most about them. Let's get started. Quinn, tell us about a book that you're reading now and what you like about it. I'm reading This Is What I Drove by Kate. I like how it's about a lockdown and it's in a text form from one to another. Yeah, it's pretty cool because it's not written like a chapter and it's not a graphic novel, so that makes it pretty cool. Abby, I'm excited to hear about what you are reading now and what you like about the book. I'm reading the book Sunny. It's about a girl and her brother. Her brother goes to like the military and she misses him. And so they try to get together at each family dinner, but even if he's in the military, he's like bad now. He like does bad things and like angry. So she helps him to make him feel better. Good. Tell what you like about the book you are reading now. So the name of the book is Guts, and the author is Raina Telgemeier. I like how she starts puking in the start. I love characters like Raina and her best friends. I also like how she's dealing with high and low friends. I enjoy this book a lot. Girls, those are great books. Now we'd like to hear about a book that you have read in the past that you enjoyed and maybe a reason why you think others might like it. Bryn, can you tell us about a book? By Kayla Miller. I like how it's really relatable. She makes a lot of friends and it feels like it would well for other people if they go to camp. And is camp part of the series? Yes, the Click series. Abby, Tell us about a book that you've read in the past that you think others might enjoy. I read the book Dog. It's by Dan Abdo, and it's about the girl. She's exactly like my personality. She's crazy honest and faces her fears and is brave. But sometimes she's not perfect like me. Not like any other book in the world. It's the best book I've ever read. All right, Bryn, what about you? Okay, so the title of this book is Play Like a Girl, and the author is Missy Wilson and David Wilson. I recommend this book because if you like attitude and like proving wrong, you will like and love this book. It says that boys say that she can't play football because she's a girl, but she proves them all wrong and is better than them. Is there a book that you are planning to read soon? I'm planning on reading Smile by Rena Telgemeier. Have you read other books in that series? Yes, I've read every single one of them. Are you gonna read this again or is it the first time? I'm gonna do it again. Abby, what about you? What do you plan on reading next? This Is Not a Joke by K.A. Hall. Quinn said it was a good book and I think it's a good book. I trust Quinn. Okay, what about you, friend? Okay, so the title is Babysitter's Book. No, Babysitter's Little Sister, and Anne and Martin. And then the other book I'm gonna read next is This Is Not a Joke by K.A. Holt. And because I want to read the last one is because Abby and Quinn like saying that it's really, really good. So I want to read it. Girls, it is so exciting to hear about all of these books. I want to thank you so much for being on the podcast today and sharing your love of reading with your classmates and any of our podcast friends who are listening. Sophia is excited to share about her interview with Mrs. Richlet about a special book that she loved as a child and one she loves to read, share with her students. Miss Richlet has been teaching for 26 years. A book that she loved to read last year as a child was The Giving Tree. She loved this book because the tree keeps giving to the boy throughout his life, which shows such love and kindness. It teaches you about friendship and gratitude. This book that she loves to read with her class now is Wonder by R.H. Palacio. This book shows how important it is to choose kindness and treat people with respect, even when they are different. Well, those are great books. That she loves. The Giving Tree is also my favorite book from my childhood. So it's really neat to see these connections with the teachers that we're going to hear about from all of the interviews throughout our podcast. All right, Peyton, it's up for your last segment. Now it is time for Would You Rather. Our Would You Rather question for today is, would you rather eat warm melted ice cream or cold French fries? All right, Peyton, what would you rather eat? I would rather eat more melted ice cream because I like I like the melted pop. You love that part. All right, what about you, Quinn? I'd rather eat more melted ice cream because you could put it back in the freezer. That's about you. The same with the more melted ice cream. Put it back in the freezer. It's yummy. Okay, I would rather have 4 French fries now because you can like warm them up and like how it's warm milk. It sounds like, and I don't like warm milk. And I'd rather cold French fries. All right, what about you, Sophia? I'm sorry, but I think the melted ice cream is better because going with Quinn, you can just put it back in the freezer. Okay. I'm gonna say that I'd rather have cold French fries than warm melted ice cream. I just think it sounds like warm milk and that kind of grosses me out. I know you can put it back in the freezer, but it still grosses me out. Thank you so much for coming on to the podcast to share with our friends about the book and the reading. We are excited to have our podcast friends join us next week with a new group of readers sharing their favorite books. The Read Easy is special because it is easy to enter, hard to leave, and always just right. Until next week, find a book, cozy up, and get lost in a story. See you next time.
And there you go.
Yeah,
Yes, just first names.
Yeah, in the.
Okay,
in there,
so-
Put a face to a name.
Peyton was our co-host. Sophia did her interview with Mrs. Rishlet. This is Quinn, so she was the first one to talk about, this is not a drill. Abby, was the second one talking about her books, and Bryn was the third one talking about. So, there you go. So welcome to the Read Easy. I'll let that.
Oh,
I can't get your spot.
that's. There we go. Alright, Beth Bell is up now to talk about Healthy Habits Club. Last year, her and Mrs. Elgin started our Comic Cruisers Running Club. And they really expanded it to include this Healthy Habits Club. That was one of their goals, and she's gonna talk about that.
Okay, so mine's not as thrilling as theirs. But I will say, when this started with Comic Cruisers last year, Jen and I talked and we said, we don't want it to be just running and walking. We want this to encompass a whole lot of things so that kids understand that being healthy is not just exercise. There's a lot of other choices in your life that you can make. So we had talked to Danny, and he was really great about whatever you guys want to do, go for it. So last year we had 45 to 50 Comic Cruisers. This year we have over 90. Over 90 kids have signed up, which is incredible. So we've had to expand it to, instead of 2 days a week, now it's 4 days a week. Mrs. Richlick has volunteered her time to come and help out with the 3rd grade days. And Mrs. Futrell comes and helps with the 4th grade days. And then Jen and I are able to see 3rd and 4th grade once a week each. So we kind of split it that way. So then off of those kids, we extend an invitation for Healthy Habits. That's the piece that stays after school. And then we do talk about different exercises. We talk about friendships, peer relationships, healthy eating choices. So we make sure that we have a healthy snack that they get to make and create each time that we meet. And then we talk about setting goals. And it's really nice because even though we're trying to set these things up for the kids, it makes me rethink a lot of my choices as well. And I tell that to the kids. This is my opportunity to do what I can to improve myself as well. So it's not just what you set up as a child. This goes with you your entire life, and making sure that you are making the choices that will make you a better person. Our last one in March, we had a lot of fun. We met with Mr. Steiger and Mrs. Lawrence with their Green Thumb Club. So I know you guys have heard about that. So we made sure the timing was just right. The lettuce was right. We had both groups come together. We made homemade salad dressings, and we had some toppings, and the kids got to see, the Healthy Habits kids group got to go in and see like their system and what they do. And then they got to kind of create their own salad and learn from that. So I have just a couple pictures. So then Mrs. Elgin, she's really healthy, and I'm trying really hard to be better. So she was great leading yoga that time. And just a couple snack things that we have done in the past. So it's kind of interesting. You can tell which kids are exposed to more cooking than others, but that's fun. And then the next one, this is when we got to meet with Green Thumb Club a couple weeks ago. And so we actually had some of them cutting. There was a knife, and I'm like, oh goodness, but they did really good with it. And then again, skills, measuring, kind of working together. You know, some of them didn't know what's oil, like just different things like that. Again, it's fun to expose to things. And I'm choice from me, you know, that I did not have that kind of knowledge when I was younger. So just trying to lead them to make healthier choices in all aspects of their life. So we've had a lot of fun. We talk about, and really for Miss Zeldin and I being able to communicate with each other, plan together. And it's really cool because the kids see us coordinating and working together too. So not only are they learning stuff for themselves, but just kind of how to be a partner and work together. So that's a really fun part of it too. So, okay. That's all.
All right, the next thing I want to highlight is actually run by Mrs. Rathbell. And I highlighted it last year and I wanted to do it again. It was fun to watch you guys guess. So she puts on a staff scavenger hunt where participating staff members give a clue about themselves that other people in the building might not know. And so it's just a way to encourage everybody to get to know each other more by having conversations and figuring out what clue belongs to who. So there was what, 30 that participated?
I think there were 25 this
Oh,
year.
25.
Yeah, 25.
So I picked out 5. And we're gonna see if you guys can figure out who they are. So these are the 5 clues, and then these names at the bottom are who are the possible answers. So the first one was I broke my right hand 2 times in the same month and a half, and I had to learn to write left-handed. The second one, this one corrects me. During an Akron Rubber Ducks game, I was doing a pitching game to see how fast I could pitch a ball. And I held onto it too long, so it went straight into the ground and bounced onto the field. They had to stop the game and then told me I was banned and couldn't throw my last 2 pitches. Number 3, I was shot at once while driving and had to come to school with bullet holes in my vehicle for a couple of weeks. That was an easy one for the staff to guess because she told everybody. Number 4, my mom was childhood friends with Mike Grable, who is the New England Patriots coach. They played on sports teams together and she has swam in his swimming pool many times. And then number 5, I have a pet pig that lives in my house. Does anybody want to take a stab at any of these?
Mrs. Burkhart's number 2.
No.
Miss Zelinski's number 1.
No.
Wow.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's what's fun about it. If you start talking to people and figure out their little backstory. So. Number 1, I broke my right hand 2 times in the same month and a half and had to learn to write left-handed was Miss Spada. Did she break both of them during softball?
It was, but it was like different bones.
Apart. Yeah.
Yeah, so like one was here, one was kind of down this way, yeah.
Number 2, the Rubber Ducks pitching game was Mrs. Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give her a hard time next time you see anybody. Number 3, shot out once while driving. This was Mrs. Burkhart.
Oh, really?
Yes, she was in a not so nice area of Akron. And, yeah.
That's crazy.
This was very recent, like
Oh.
2
Last year or
years,
2 years?
2 years now.
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Door dashing.
Door dashing, yeah.
Oh,
She got out.
Son quit that night.
Yes.
yeah, that's the last night she did door
Yes.
dashing.
No, she's.
Does she?
Yeah.
She's nuts.
I didn't.
Number 4 was the childhood friends with Mike Rabel. Now, this was Mrs. Zelinski.
Oh.
So this one, her uncle was on this baseball team, but can you guess which one was Mike Rabel? Who played football at Ohio State and.
The one in
Right there.
There you
Yeah.
are.
So even at a young age, you can tell.
Then her uncle's on the left in the back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then on the last one, the pet pig that lives in our house was Mrs. Jones.
Oh.
Might have a little bit cracks me up. So again, that's a fun way, fun staff building thing that Mrs. Rathbell puts on. Then the last thing I want to highlight is last time I talked about our application to be an OASA Hall of Fame school, which we were nominated for. And so we met as a writing team twice, and I think when I presented last time, we had just submitted it. So we found out in late January, early February that we had made it past the first round. They liked our application a lot, and so we were selected to be a site visit. So they come out to the school and kind of look around and see what you're doing. And so we had that on Monday. They came Monday morning. We're there for like 4 hours. walking around, interacting with kids. They got to see the running club. The last thing they did was participate on a round table. And two of our students were on that round table, along with Mrs. Rathmel, Mr. Fisk, and some other staff members. But they said these two students literally just stole the show, and
Adorable.
yeah, that's adorable. So it would be shocking if we did not receive it, based on the feedback that I heard about their talks during the roundtable, but we'll find out in April, if we are one of less than 10 schools from across Ohio that will receive the reward. Fingers crossed. But it was fun to show off. I asked, like what the writing process was like, and I said, it was a lot of fun because you don't really get to brag about yourselves very much. Like when I go to conferences and workshops, they hear about all these things that schools are doing. It's like, gosh, are we doing enough? And so when we got to write it, to our own horn, I was like, yeah, we are doing a lot of awesome things, right? Just have them come to the board meeting. And then I'll highlight our fun stuff that we have going on. This is Guillermo mentioned our first grade music program tomorrow at 7. We're also doing it for the school on Friday morning at 9:15. If you would rather come to that, you are more than welcome to come. And then when we come back from spring break, we have our 3rd and 4th and K-12 PYS assemblies for our Common Kids of the Month for March. And again, as I mentioned last time, we started inviting the parents to these, and it's just been so fun when they get to see their parent. They stand next to me while I read, and they have this big smile on their face, except some of them like get real shy and don't want to look at. But we've been Honeymoon gives gift cards for free kids meals. Dairy Queen does blizzards.
They do
or-
free blizzards
And then they get to, Dairy Queen picks or lets us pick one kid from the winners to get a free ice cream cake
Oh.
each month. So that's always the big excitement of this. So that's what's been going on at CES. So thank you very much for letting us share. Thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, that was wonderful.
If I could add just one more thing
Go ahead.
before we move
Sure.
forward, actually two things, just to back up. So the roundtable format was the two visitors would ask a question and we kind of would go around and everyone would give their version of an answer. That happened like maybe 2 questions, and then all of the other questions were answered by the 2 kids.
Oh,
They just took it upon themselves to just
nice.
expound on pretty much anything they asked. So it was really
They
funny.
gave a lot of information. The two of them had
Yeah.
a lot of information, which was
It was fun.
impressive to see from a kid's perspective.
It was cool to watch and see them in all their glory as they were talking about their school. Lastly, I wanted to share that this morning, a group of us went to Woodridge, and they're doing some remodeling at Woodridge. And they gave us over 30 very good condition science tables. So we took a U-Haul up there. The tables they're the old fashioned, the ones you're used to, they have the solid tops. They weighed about 80 pounds a piece. So we moved a little over 30 of them and got back, and middle school is excited to have them. They're gonna trade out some of the desks that are in need of repair. So we're gonna throw those away and replace them with these much nicer science tables. So we're thankful and appreciative to Woodridge for sharing those with us rather than throwing them away.
Sure, that's great.
These had the slate tops.
They do, every one of them.
Oh, wow. Okay, citizen participation, I'm assuming there's not anyone to speak to that. Board of Education.
Well, I would start off where they, with the choir. I was a member of the choir, and I'm proud to say it. It was, I think the director is the most important thing. I mean, you'll get in a classroom and teacher, yes. But I tell you what, if you have a very good director and get in the choir thing. I remember going to state contest and performing at Akron, University of Akron, and it was a good side of my life growing up, and I enjoyed that a lot. the read easy, I like the combination of old school, where you actually have a book and you're going in to pick up a book and you read your book. It reminds me of the old days, but then we're gonna balance that with the podcast. And where we're going beyond what you would think of in a school and having the kids run these podcasts and stuff. And I like the idea of the one girl wanting to read the same book again. I like the same movie over and over. You know, Casablanca, I could watch it 5 times a week. That's the thing. And it's the same thing with books. I'll get a book that I really like. And I'll read the same one and my wife will go, why are you doing that? And I'll go, hey, I like the book and I still like the book. It doesn't matter. I still get the same feelings to me, to my heart when I read certain things. And I really like that. And the healthy habits, we're just coming down to choices. And see, I always said that to my kids when they would go out at night, got choices to make. And I think kids need to learn about choices. One of the biggest things that they can come across and making good choices. So when my kids leave the house to go out with their friends, things that are not good, make good choices. Just reminds them. And of course, here we're eating food. And we need to be making good choices in what we eat and what we put into our stomachs. Your turn.
I just continue to enjoy and appreciate the different activities that our kids are getting a chance to participate in. Things that are taking them out beyond their comfort zone of even knowing what cooking oil is. And things like that, exposing them to life more than maybe what they're accustomed to. It's good stuff.
Go ahead.
My favorite book in 4th grade was Where the Red Fern Grows. And actually, I would tell stories to my oldest son at night at bedtime, and it was from that book. And then when he was in like 4th grade, he reads the book and he comes home and he goes, you told me all these stories like you were making them up. And I'm like, I know. And he goes, and I knew when we were reading the book, I knew how it was gonna end. Have you guys read that book? Read the Red Fern? Okay. Okay. Still cry at the end of that book and every time. It was just so funny because I thought I had a really good thing going until he knew the book and then thought I was, plagiarizing all these years, but it's great. So I enjoy the whole reading thing. It's great. I actually have some sets of books that are 3rd grade, 4th grade that I will send your way with some things. I just love this. Thank you guys for doing what you do. It's above and beyond what you get paid for. Just thank you for doing that and giving this opportunity to our kids. It doesn't go unnoticed. And coming here and showing us is fantastic, but also just showing up every day doing this just warms my heart and just think it's fantastic. And Carson got to be in that first show choir that Mrs. Galamo was in. And 150 kids in that whole thing. And then when they just graduated last year, was that first group. And second group. It's so cool to see them all still love music. And I really attribute it to she lit a fire in them at that young age. And I just think that's fantastic. So just thank you guys so much for doing what you do.
I'd just like to add that, I'm appreciative to the elementary school and the wide range of things they're offering to our first learners, because that's a tough time and a time that they can really be affected. And I think it's exciting what we're doing there. I'd also like to congratulate our winter athletes. They're having some success in their sports, and I'd like to congratulate them and also those students who are working so hard on the musical. That a few going by me the other way. But anyways, just want to thank those people that are working so hard with those students and they're putting in many, many hours of practice, and we appreciate it. So I don't want them to think it goes unnoticed.
And the play is April 10th and 11th. For anybody that's watching after tonight, get your tickets, help school, April 10th and 11th. Seussical the musical.
Okay, superintendent's recommendations, Mr. Fisk.
Item number 1, certified.
Before you get going, if you guys don't want to stay, you do not have to. You are free to leave and no hold. Okay, sorry.
I completely forgot that part. Qualified personnel, A, recommendations, long-term substitute. It's recommended the board employ the following as a long-term substitute for the 25-26 school year at a rate of $110 per teacher workday. Long-term substitute pay is based on actual days worked, and that's for Mrs. Rowland at Coventry Elementary School. Item number 2, employment. This is the big one here. 1-year limited contract. It's recommended to the board approve a 1-year limited contract for the 26-27 school year for the following individuals contingent upon receipt of a clear record of the required background checks and drug screening. This is in accordance with board CEA agreement and on the appropriate salary scale. And the first one there is Ms. Benson, who is right here in front of us. So I'd like to introduce you to.
Very excited. Hopefully one day I can be one of the teachers standing up here soon.
Oh, next year.
Job is next month.
Yeah.
Next month is even better.
Middle school will be next month.
There you are.
And she'll be teaching 6th grade English language arts. Next, we have Ms. Perkins, who will also be at the middle school, and she's teaching 8th grade ELA. And Ms. Shannon at Coventry Elementary School will be teaching 2nd grade for us. Number 3, supplemental coaching contracts, 25-26. It's recommended that the board grant and or reissue the following supplemental coaching contract for the 25-26 school year for Exhibit S1, noting that non-staff contracts are contingent upon receipt of a clear record of the required background checks. Number 4, pregnancy, parental, or family leave. It's recommended the board approve a leave of absence for the following employee for a period of up to 12 weeks. Parental leave commences with the first day of absence for the birth adoption of his or her child. Sick leave shall be used concurrently with the FMLA leave, and when exhausted, FMLA leave will continue as unpaid leave for up to the maximum 12-week period, if available in the 12-month period. Unpaid, no benefits parental leave may be required at the conclusion of the FMLA leave allowance. That's for Ms. Conrad, Ms. Durbick, and Ms. Gamble. And those are all of the items under certified personnel.
Okay, motion to approve the recommendations.
So moved.
Second,
Check.
any questions or comments? Okay, call the roll, please.
Mr. Fesser,
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw,
Yes.
Mr. Sulik,
Yes.
and Mrs. Pan.
Yes.
Ms. Benson, you're officially a comment. Number 2, personnel classified. Number 1, temporary summer clerical help. It's recommended that the board employ the following individual for a temporary summer clerical position effective 6/15/26, and that's for Mrs. Justice. Number 2 is temporary seasonal help. It's recommended the board employ the following individual for a temporary seasonal help position effective 6/1/26, and that's Mr. Shoemaker, who has worked in the seasonal crew for the last few years. Number 3 is a retirement resignation. Mr. Savage may not like this one, but it's recommended the board accept the resignation due to the retirement of the following employee for the position indicated effective June 30th, 2026. And that's Ms. Porter in Coventry Elementary School.
How long has she been in the district?
How many years? Do you have an idea? And
I don't know.
Wow.
she started, I know she told me as a lunch at
Was it twice? I
Lakeview.
don't know where
or-
26 is Jennifer. I think she started when her kids started.
Yeah. And she was at Turkey for it.
Adults with families.
We would keep her longer, but alas, she wants to retire and have a good time. So we wish her nothing but the best. Number 4, resignation. It's recommended the board accept the resignation of the following employees for the positions indicated. That's Ms. Myers for 3-hour lunch recess assistant and Ms. Johnson for 2.5-hour lunch recess assistant. Number 5, employment. It's recommended the board approve the following for the position indicated contingent upon receipt of a clear record of the required background check. And that'll be Mr. Jason coming back to join us. He had worked with us before, but due to some scheduling things, he had to step away from his position. He's worked those out, so we're happy to have him back as a 4-hour Coventry High School custodial helper. And those are all of the items under personnel classified.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second? I'll second. Any questions or comments? Okay, okay, call the roll.
Mr. Bowser,
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw,
Yes.
Mr. Sulik,
Yes.
Number 3, other business items. A, recommendations. A contract with LLA Therapy. It's recommended the board approve the contract with LLA Therapy for the 2026 ESY program for students with an IEP who are approved for ESY. Just a reminder, ESY is extended school year. Called Stars and Stripes. The cost is $403 per week per student for up to 6 weeks per student. If a student needs one-to-one support, the cost will be an additional $205 per week. The period of ESY is June 16th, 2026 to August 6th, 2026. And just a reminder, this would be for students who the IEP team determines that they would have a substantial loss in their achievement over the summer months. So by keeping them in the extended school year, they maintain their levels of achievement. Number 2 is a contract with the Educational Service Center of Northeast Ohio for Capstone Academy. It's recommended the board approve the contract with the Educational Center of Northeast Ohio for Capstone Academy. The student is residing at a residential center where Capstone Academy provides educational services. The student is becoming age eligible for preschool services, and the contract is for the remainder of the 25-26 school year. This is a general fund expense. So this would be a resident student who's placed in this program. Number 3 is the service plan with Summit Educational Service Center. It's recommended the board approve the service plan agreement with the Summit Educational Service Center for the 26-27 school year. And I believe it's page 5 in the packet, breaks down for you what the costs are and the services that we're getting. 5. This would be where we use days for special needs department, curriculum department, audiology services, our 3 staff members that we get from the ESC that work in each of our buildings as behavioral support. And then it's all broken down for you on that chart. Number 4, deletion of inventory, Pupil Services Department. It's recommended that the board approve the following deletion of inventory from the Pupil Services Department. And those 3 items are listed there. Number 5, deletion of inventory, Operations Department. It's recommended the board approve the following deletion of inventory for Operations Department. A number of tablets and a Samsung Chromebook there. Number 6, deletion of inventory, CHS band uniforms. It's recommended the board approve the following donated assets to be declared obsolete. As your was shared before, the band will be getting new uniforms. They debuted them. They look fantastic. It'll be great to see them on the football field in their new attire. And those are all of the items under other business.
Okay. For motion,
So,
second,
When are the band uniforms supposed to be here?
They thought, was it, Mr. Sulik might have a better answer. I thought June or July. Does that sound right?
It sounds close, yes.
We're not gonna get rid of these before our new ones come in though, right?
No. They're doing this as they have some ideas for some fundraisers that they would like to do for different souvenir type things you can do with uniforms. But they couldn't go start pursuing that until we did this step first.
I'm not sure that we have a second for that motion.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, I thought you seconded. Second.
One before, okay. Wow. Any other questions or comments? So we're going to ask that they wait to cut them up until we are sure.
Before they create their craft projects with them, I'll make sure Mr. Cummings, if he hasn't thought of that already, I'll
Okay,
I'm
remind
sure
him.
he has.
I would
I'm
think
sure
that-
there's probably an answer for that, but
He's very thorough, yeah.
yes, would not doubt that.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Bowser,
yes.
McGraw,
Yes,
Mr. Sulik,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Mr. President.
Do you guys want to give you a last chance to take off before?
Sure, it's all right, we'll get on.
Now that Ms. Benson is official.
Congratulations and welcome.
Well,
Thanks so much.
Thank you, tell her about the hazing we do.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, thanks.
Okay, moving on to treasurer's recommendations.
We have three items this evening. The first one is, it is recommended that the board approve and place on file the February 2026 financial report and reconciliation for exhibit T1. Item 2, it is recommended that the board approve the POs over 5,000 per exhibit T2. Item 3, it is recommended that the board approve the contract for the district to participate in Shakely's group retrospective rating program for workers' compensation during the annual year of 2027 per exhibit T3.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Go ahead. No, it's fine. Any questions or comments? Okay, call the roll.
Mr. Bowser?
Yes.
Mrs. McGraw?
Yes.
Mr. Sulik?
Yes.
And Mrs. Beck?
Yes. Is that everything we have?
Yes.
Okay, I don't think we have anything to come before the board on Board of Education recommendations. Anyone have anything else? So I think, are we to the point we need a motion to adjourn?
believe so.
You
How about that? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion. I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting is adjourned at 6:58, looks like.